Yeah, drink water. And then that had a separate competition, huh? So the sisters had to have.
And today, page 14, Sambujo, welcoming the Buddha in 3 verses. Sambujo, page 14. Page 14, Sambujo. We deliberately call upon Amida Buddha, the world honored one, to enter this sacred place. We deliberately call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We deliberately call upon the Tathagata Buddha of the 10 directions to enter this sacred place. Page 15, verse of repentance, Sanmige. Rasa Krishna Swatve Kai Sidon Vincin Jisin Voisi Soso Isaya Kon Kai Sange. The all actions I have done in the past are all derived from my inherent greed, anger, and religion, both my conduct, word, and soul. I now repent them all. 10:16 10-time station of Nembutsu. Julian, please put your hand together in the show and turn your mind to Amida Buddha and your ancestor or beloved one. Let us recite Nami Amida Butsu 10 times together. Nami Amida Butsu, Nami Amida Butsu, Nami Amida
Page 17, opening verse for Sutra chanting. The first profound and wondrous Dharma, even after 100,000 million years, is difficult to encounter. We now here receive and uphold it. May we understand the true message of Tathagata Buddha. Page 42, 新人観問。仏説観無量儒教大工新人観問仏語阿難唯大慶思想上位指導教官無量自仏真相法領阿難法智無量千万億山天元美蘭金力無信仰60万億なゆだのがさゆで人間脈夜千本年上五十二千仏言上四大海水上脈運明心象明変術五明両種二千二仏変五両脈欲三千大千世界応援五十百万のなゆだのがしゃべ仏一一芸仏やけ優秀な無視芸菩薩一自者無用で仏やちまし戦争一時の学やちまし戦随の合一五部八万四千五秒一五秒炎上一方世界現物修行戦士者 Buddha Shakyamuni said to Ananda and Vaidehi, when these perceptions are achieved, you should next visualize the physical attributes and radiant light of the Buddha of immeasurable light, Amitayus. Ananda, you should know that the body of Amitayus Buddha is as glorious as 100,000 million pieces of gold in Jambu River of Yama heaven. His height, 60 trillion miles, is as countless as the sands of the Ganges. The white tuft of hair between his eyebrows, curling to the right, is like 5 Mount Smells. The Buddha's eye, like the waters of the 4 great oceans, their blue and white are distinct. Every pore of his body radiates bright light like Mount Smell. The Buddha's aurora is as expansive as 10 billion of the 3,000 great thousand worlds, and within this round aura are hundreds of thousands of millions, as countless as the sons of the Ganges of transformation Buddhas. Each of these Buddha manifestations also has assembly of countless manifestations of bodhisattvas as attendants. The Buddha of infinite life, Amitayus, has 84,000 major marks. Each of these also has 84,000 minor of excellence, and each of these also has 84,000 rays of light. Each ray universally shines upon the realms in the 10 directions, embracing and never forsaking all living beings, calling Amida Buddha's name. His light, physical attributes, marks, transformation Buddhas cannot be fully explained. Only through deep contemplation can you see them in the mind's eye. If you experience this, you will see all the Buddhas of the 10 directions. This ability to see all the Buddhas is called Nembutsu Samadhi. Forming this visualization is called the visualization of the bodies of all the Buddhas. By envisioning the Buddha's body, you also see the Buddha's mind. The Buddha mind is great compassion itself, embracing all beings with unconditional compassion. Those who practice this visualization discard their bodies for the other world, shall be born before all the Buddhas and realize the insight of non-arising. For this reason, the wise ones direct their thoughts to clearly envision Amitayus, the Buddha of immeasurable light. To visualize the Buddha of immeasurable light, begin with one attribute and mind. First, simply visualize a white tuft of hair between his eyebrows until it appears perfectly clear. When you see the white tuft of hair between his eyebrows, the 84,000 attribute marks will naturally appear. As you see the Buddha of immeasurable light, you will also see the innumerable Buddhas of the 10 directions. Having gained the vision of innumerable Buddhas, with all the Buddhas before you, you will receive the prediction of your future enlightenment. This complete visualization of all the physical features of the Buddha's body called ninth visualization. To practice in this way is called right visualization. Any other practice is called unorthodox visualization. Page 23. 혼세이게 미다 혼세이감 오길라기 시요 조사는 또이고 소기쇼미쇼시 Amida Buddha's original vows are the essential gate to the pure land of ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the pure land. 10年 Namu Amida Bu 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 Namu Amida 나무 아미다 부치 나무 아미다 부 Page 24 쇼야구몬 오묘현존 지보 세가이네 메시조 세시자 The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and all who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. Nenbutsuichie. Namu Amida. Namu Amida. Page 62, Dedication of Mary. I revere the King of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and the founder of the teachings, Shakyamuni Buddha, all the Buddhas as many as the sons of the Ganges in the 6 directions, Pannon, Seishi, all the great bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimate bliss, the beings of the pure and great oceans, and the 3 treasures, and the great compassion of Amida Buddha. May there be harmony below the heavens with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely and disasters and calamity not arise. May nations be bountiful, people safe, and armies and weapons not be used. Let us revere virtue and humanity and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Homyo, the Great Master Shandao, our founder, the Great Master Engo, Tozen, Ejo, Kogaku, Jikyo, Meisho, Wajun, Holy Daishi, Holy Nishon. The Second Patriarch, National Teacher, Daisho Shoju, Shoko Shoyu. The Third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master, Kishin Yochu Shoyu. The light of transmitting the Pure Land teachings of the 3 countries, and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessings of Amida Buddha. The founding master of our temple, the restorer, and all the priests who serve this temple, with a free practice we will achieve perfect enlightenment to return to this world from the Pure Land to guide us again. We again offer my prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connections. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and transcend to be born into the pure light. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the past. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist faith. Since the founding of this temple, to all the members, the daily and monthly memorial tablets, the recently deceased, those in the intermediate stage of existence, and to all spirits, may we cultivate virtuous merit so that they may be enlightened. We vow here on with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved ones for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. 永代教プレイヤー。元に上来諸宿毒開始へ公国にとむろうところの奨励は本日6月25日永代教指導の恩摂取水谷陽介よりとむろうところの奨励は1943年水谷花子と家屋上慶神女水谷家先祖代々追善増上五代またねがわくは西田和恵より1995年西田信之こと上与神道全上門追善増上五代またねがわくは平田ジャネット三江より2002年平田幸代こと紅葉上皇古事追善増上五代またねがわくは田上クリスティアンちゃん2006年俗名田上ネイソン秋代こと紅葉明月神事追善増上五代またねがわくは鈴木純初子より2018年本人鈴木純初子こと商用明恩大師並びに渡辺家先祖代々各追善増上五代またねがわくはハワイ浄土宗海峡医大海峡市海峡女院専門首相令不言行願苦行円満並びに男神と専門首相令追善増上五代またねがわくは戦士病持つ王南同士三害万礼文縁内し崩壊平等利益開始栄光ページ26総栄光で万にし苦毒平等聖祭合発母大師往生安楽国 We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. 10年お正10年ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブチュナムアミダブPage 27 Bath of the Universal Band 総判で Page 27主上無変性安度問答無変性安断訪問無人性安地無常来性安生じなお海通りあく
However, in measurable the Buddhist teaching, I understood about the comprehensive more. However, in compatible enlightenment is, I honestly about to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessing with all beings. These are we are born into the pure and ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Offering of three prostration to Amida Buddha, Sanshongai. May now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them all. We ask for your compassionate guidance and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to attain birth in a pure land. 10-time distinction of Buddhism. Judo.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming. Today, I would like to talk about faith and practice. Faith and practice are two important elements of the religion. Every religion has its faith and practice. And yesterday, Hompa Honganji has a bon dance, and I went over there. They have actually same faith of Amida Buddha. And after death, we are born into the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. The faith is same. And practice also Namu Amida. They say Namu Amida, but same, practice. Then what's the difference? And that's actually very important. The balance of the faith and practice. Understanding the viewpoint of faith and practice. Then we are different. But basically, the same faith and same practice with Honganji. Then I would like to, explain about faith. Our Jodo Shu is deeply dependent on the Master Shanda. He was a Pure Land master in 7th century in China. And we completely follow the understanding of Master Shanda. So Master Shanda said, 行について信を立つ。行について信を立つ is establish faith by making a commitment to practice. By engaging in the practice, then we establish the basic understanding. And that means that without practice, we cannot have faith. That is our basic understanding of what is faith. Then, 行について信を立つ。Establish faith by making a commitment to practice. Then what is practice? Then Master Shanda explained. There are two practices, two kinds of practice. One is called right practices. Its right is tadashi, it's a right practices. And second is called miscellaneous practices. So although there are many kinds of practices exist, but for Master Shanda, there are only two kinds of practices. One is right practices, and the second is miscellaneous practices. We call it Zogyo. Shogyo is right practice, and Zogyo is miscellaneous practices. Then, what is right practices? And we think, right, we use right as the opposite of wrong. But for Master Shanda, right is not, in the meaning of our common sense. Right is practices taught and explained in the Ojo Kyo, which is the Pure Land Sutras, to lead us to be born in the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. So, from the viewpoint of Amida Buddha's Pure Land, right practice. In order to go to the Pure Land of Amida Buddha, we need right practice to go to the Pure Land. So that's the meaning of right practices. It's not the meaning of right or wrong. Right means appropriate or for the suitable for the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. So this is, for instance, if you want to go to Japan, you need airplane. And there are many airplanes, but if you choose British Airways, you can go to Japan. And Air France, that actually no flight. You need to choose, among the available flight, you need to choose a right, airplane. So otherwise, you cannot go to Japan. So this is right means that if you want to go to Japan, you need to select the right airplanes that go to Japan. So in like manner, if you want to be born in the Amida Buddha Pure Land, you need to choose the right practices. That's the meaning of right practices. And among right practices, Master Shanda will explain, there are 5 right practices. First, Dokuju Shoten is actually reciting the 3 Pure Land Sutras. And we have 3 Pure Land Sutras. One is Muryojunmyo Sutra is called large sutra or larger sutra. It's a sutra of immeasurable life sutra. And second sutra is called Kanmuryojunmyo. It's a visualization sutra. It's a meditation sutra. And the third sutra is called Amida Sutra. So these are three, Pure Land Sutra. So we recite these sutras. That is the right practice. Second, Kanzatsu is a contemplation of Amida Buddha and his Pure Land, majestic, adornment of the Pure Land. That is the second practice. To visualize, to contemplate Amida Buddha and his figure and his land. That is second right practice. And number three, lie high, to worship Amida Buddha, to prostrate Amida Buddha, to express our deepest respect and reliance to Amida Buddha. Worship to Amida Buddha is the number three practice. And number four is reciting the name of Amida Buddha. That we call Nenbutsu. Nenbutsu, in other words, Shomyo, to call Buddha. It is not to think of Amida Buddha, but to recite, to read aloud the name of Amida Buddha. That is number four practice. And number fifth practice is called Sandan Kuyo, the praising Amida Buddha with offerings. And Master Chandao actually explained that if you can divide Sandan and Kuyo, there are 6 practices. So that means that you can divide Sandan Kuyo as 2 practices. One is to praise Amida Buddha, and another one is to offer, to the Buddha. It's Sandan Kuyo. So you can, if you divide Sandan and Kuyo separate, then there are 6 practices that Master Chandao. Then, what is a miscellaneous practice? What are the miscellaneous practices? It's Jogyo. It's actually very simple. Any practices other than right practices. So these, except 5 right practices, all practices belong to the miscellaneous practices. Because miscellaneous practice will not lead to the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. Only right practices, suitable airline go to Japan, suitable practice going to the Pure Land. So this is what we call miscellaneous practice according to the Master Chandao. Then, among 5 practices, so Master Chandao also divide, among 5 practices, there are 2 kinds of right practices. One is called rightly established act. Rightly established act we call Jodo no Go. Jodo no Go. It's name, reciting the name of Amida Buddha. So among 5 practices, one is rightly established practice. And second is actually not, name, but it's a supporting act we call Jodo. So these 4 practices support the Nenbutsu to call the Buddha name. So these are we call supporting act. So supporting act is reciting 3 Pure Land Sutras, contemplating Amida Buddha and Pure Land, worshipping Amida Buddha, praising Amida Buddha with offering. So these are considered to support, Nenbutsu. So this is what I talked about. The practice supports the faith. The practice actually enrich our faith. And there are 2 practices. One is called right practice, that's suitable for Pure Land, and other practice, miscellaneous practices. And among 5 right practices, we can also divide rightly established practice. We call Nenbutsu, and supporting that is reciting 3 Pure Land Sutras, worshiping Amida Buddha, contemplating Amida Buddha as a Pure Land, and praising Amida Buddha with offering. So these are supporting that. So these are practice to support the faith. And this is a quote from Honen Shoji. If you wish to be free of the bondage of birth and death, then one of the two supreme teachings, you should put aside the path of the sages and choose the Pure Land path. And if you wish to enter the Pure Land path, then between the right practice and the miscellaneous practice, you should set aside the miscellaneous and choose the right practice. To do the right practice requires that between the essential practice and the auxiliary practices, you set aside auxiliary practice and take up the essential right activity and concentrate on that. What we call the essential practice is none other than reciting the Buddha's name, Nembutsu, the practice which surely result in pure and birth, in accord with the Buddha's fundamental path. So the last sentence is very important. So going to the Pure Land, to be born is Pure Land is not our wish. It is in accord with the Buddha's fundamental path. It is Buddha wishes us to be born into the Pure Land. So this one is a very important understanding. Then what we can do? The Master Shandao said, rightly established practice is to call Buddha name because this is in accordance with the Buddha's wish, Buddha's fundamental path. That is the very basic understanding of the teachings of Jodo and faith. And faith is called Anji in all this. And Gyo, the practice is called Kiyo, is a practice. So these are Anji, Kiyo, or Sago. So next time I would like to continue this about faith and practice. And there are also important elements of the Sago. We call four modes of practice. These are how we can achieve the goal. So Anji, the faith is like goal. Where are we going? Where are we going? And Kiyo is a mean, how we can get to the goal. And Sago is like attitude. What kind of attitude we should have so that we can get to the goal, to the Pure Land. So these are, we call three elements of the Pure Land Sutras: faith, practice, and attitude. These are actually, I would like to continue next Sunday service. So anyway, Jodo Shu, Master Honen, totally rely on Master Shandao. He was 7th century, and Honen Shonin was born in 1133. Such a long time after Master Shandao, and Master Shandao Chinese, and Master Honen is Japanese, Japan and China. He never met, but from the search of universal salvation, Honen Shonin reviewed all the sutras, and among the sutras, he encountered Master Shandao's, commentary of the meditation sutra. And after encountering the commentary in Master Shandao, Honen Shonin found it. The Nembutsu is the way, for everyone to be saved. Everyone to be saved. And that's how Jodo Shu was founded. But because Honen Shonin relied on Master Shandao so much, we call Henne Zendo. Henne Zendo is Hitoe ni Zendo ni yoru. We just follow the Master Shandao. That is our Jodo Shu stance. So Honen Shonin respected Master Shandao so much, and he just followed Master Shandao. That is our Jodo Shu. And after Honen Shonin passed away, he had many disciples, and one of the disciples, Shinran Shonin, he founded Jodo Shinshu, which is now known as Honpa Honganji. Is one of the disciples of phonation. And he had a little bit different understanding of faith, anju, and kigyo. And they rely on more faith. And practice is not important. If you have a faith, that's it. You are already saved. That is actually the understanding, the basic understanding. And practice is actually important, but faith is such an utmost important. That is a teaching of Jodo Shishi. So anyway, thank you very much for coming. And I will continue this faith and practice, and also sample next time. Once again, thank you so much. Please put your hands together in that show and recite Namma Midaru 10 times together. 如来大慈大悲愛民5年同生10年ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブツナムアミダブ Okay, thank you very much. This concludes Sunday service. Next week we have regular Sunday service, and then we have preparation for Obon July 8th. It's already Obon season, and I think every weekend we have Bondan at somewhere. So please check the Bondan schedule for work, and it's very nice to enjoy Bondans. So, thank you very much.